What are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? Like, Mexican traditions, Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, but these are one of the greatest fighters of all time. Like, what are you talking about, you know? It's not my style, running.
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? Like, Mexican traditions, Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, but these are one of the greatest fighters of all time. Like, what are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? Like, Mexican traditions, Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, but these are one of the greatest fighters of all time. Like, what are you talking about, you know? It's not my style, running.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Here we are, man, back for a 24 boxing year. You know, back in the building, Frank Bay, trying to give you some good boxing news. Drop a like, comment, whatever. Right now, I'm just gonna, chat it up with you guys. So yeah, man, a lot been going on in boxing. What I want to start off with is Ryan Garcia, furious at Bradley for labeling him a clown. Now, we all know this guy Bradley, man. Tim Bradley. He goes in and all he does is bash, non-black fighters. You know, he's always hooting and hollering, ooh, ah, with the, the Shakiras and the Keishans, they land a jab and the guy's going on parade, but when he watches, a Mexican fighter, Meritaya, Navarrete, because he follows Top Rank, it's always, he always has something critical. Well, he's just plotting. He's not moving his head. Let's keep it a buck with this Bradley character, man. He sides with the African-American fighters, with the slick style, which is cool, man, but over here on our side, this is not what we do, right? So that's why I started off with my man Mexican Tim Zsyu, playing some clips, and I guess Keith Thurman at the press conference hollered at him and said, he's a flat-footed Mexican. Now we know in boxing circles, this is a jab at Mexicans, a jab at the style. I guess it's not what they like. They don't find it appealing, or they don't consider the sweet science, right? For them, the sweet science is jab and move. Cameron Wilson. Okay, I guess this is a crib. Boxing Kangaroo salute in the building, man. Everybody, we're gonna grow slowly, man. I'm rebranding this shit. I want to do real boxing talk, kind of leave the troll shit alone, the beefs people have. I'm here to talk boxing, bro, and I'm trying to bring a good, solid boxing community. So, Cameron, Keith Thurman punked the all Mexicans. Well, you know what? I think I have somebody that begs to differ. So let's see what Mexican.
Make up his comments, the Mexican thing. I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, like.
Well, there you go. I find it as a compliment. Now that's why we have Tim Bradley, right? What is Tim Bradley like? What does Tim Zsyu have to say? Tim, what do you think of the slick style?
Running around and jabbing and tippy tap, that's not me. If it's cool, if it's called trading, that's me,
Yeah, we're gonna adopt Tim Zsyu. He's an honorary Mexican. Keeps it going night. Okay, man. Well, right on for dropping the bomb. Um, so let's dig a little into what Mr. Bradley, Mr. Bradley, what he had to say. I like to read the boxing news. So, but we've known Bradley's been critical of Mexican fighters, and I hate always saying Mexican fighters, but the traditional fighters. So lightweight contender Ryan Garcia reacted with anger today after learning of analyst Tim Bradley calling him a clown and saying that he belongs in the zoo. Now Ryan received a lot of criticism because he was doing the shoulder roll, which was pretty hilarious. Yeah, man, right on back to Kangaroo. Tim Zsyu representing, man. I guess it's a slap in the face to call somebody Mexican style, but that's what the people pay for. We pay to watch guys, guys fight. And I was thinking about that today. Like, if I'm gonna buy a pay-per-view, because we got this Tim Zsyu, Queef Thurman pay-per-view. If I'm gonna buy a pay-per-view, I want to see guys fight. That plain and simple. I really gotta ask, who was entertained by Davina Hankey and Regis Prograis? I mean, that was just an awful fight. You can't tell me it was even remotely entertaining. I mean, I said it from the beginning. Well, after the fight was done, I said, Regis Prograis quit. I don't think he came to fight. I mean, he did absolutely nothing. He didn't let his hands go. And, there's nothing you can tell me that you don't throw a combination the whole fight. People try to say, oh, no, hey, he's that slick. He just moves around. He's that great. Dude, nobody's that great. Regis Prograis just decided he wasn't going to try to win. At a certain point, a guy has to, if you're buying a fight, you're paying. This guy's earning a paycheck to go fight, right? To make it a fight. They're trying to sell a pay-per-view. You expect the guy to try to go in. Here's what it would be like. It'd be the equivalent of a Super Bowl, right? And one team is just running the ball. They get down 7-0. They refuse to pass. They run. They're down 21-0. And they just keep running. And you go, hey, these guys didn't come to win. I mean, it looks like they're giving up. You see it all the time in sports. Basketball, they constantly give up. They're down by 10, I just bench everybody. They give up, And that's what it looked like when Regis Prograis did. He gave up. Now, this is the style they try to sell us, that it's awesome, it's great, it's the sweet science. But look, nobody's buying that bullshit. Nobody wants to watch that shit, right? You have a supposedly great fighter in Stank Davis. And the reason that he's propped up to where he is because he gets knockouts. The guy, he's not a great boxer. He's not very active. He has a big punch. And that's what sells. So that's what people want to see. They want to see two guys go in and get after it. That's what the fans are buying. That's what they want to see. That Mexican style sells, right? So, and then we have this, Ryan Garcia. Is Ryan Garcia really Mexican style? I don't know if he's Mexican style. Keith gonna kill Tim with inactivity. Keith gonna kill Tim with, I get what you're saying. Yeah, man. I mean, look, man, he's an 11-1 underdog. Queef Thurman. Well, since you're talking about it, I'm going on couple topics, about PBC's first pay-per-view card, because it has some interesting fights. I was leading with the Ryan Garcia and Oscar beef, but I'm going to just break down Tim Zsyu and Queef Thurman and Isaac Pitbull versus Orlando Romero, who we like to affectionately call Retardo Romero, but can't really say Retardo nowadays. So, yeah, here's the thing, it's pay-per-view. This is PBC. They left Showtime, right? They lost their, I don't know. Showtime cut them, gave them the axe. They need a home. It's been since when was the last card in December? It was like they've had one card in 4 or 5 months, I suppose. I mean, it is what it is, right? And they have a stable of fighters. They have, I guess, I don't know, is Crawford PBC? I don't know. Guy doesn't fight. Anyway, back to PBC. I mean, we're not getting anything for pretty much the first quarter when it's a pay-per-view. It's like, who's really buying that shit? Cam guessing which wasn't a good term, bro. Yeah, it's okay. He's a troll, but we let him live. They can say what they want. As long as you guys, please like, subscribe, comment. I'll answer your comments. Yeah. So it's pay-per-view, and to tell you the truth, man, I don't think it's gonna do very well. There's just nothing behind it. I mean, to me, it's a shit pay-per-view. It just is. It's a shit pay-per-view. For one, Tim Zhu is Australian, and it's gonna do well. That's why they picked Tim Zhu, is because where he's at, Australia. From what I heard, he sells a lot of pay-per-views. So this might do $1 million pay-per-views for him over there. Right? Big money to fight Tim Zhu. But I think it's in Vegas. Is it in Vegas? Can someone correct me? Tim Zhu, Queef Thurman from Las Vegas on pay-per-view. Was it March 31st? The night of boxing for the PBC. But, here's the thing, man. PBC thinks the boxing fan is stupid. This is not a pay-per-view fight. This is not pay-per-view worthy. What will be pay-per-view worthy, in my opinion, is Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Zhu. But Virgil Ortiz is not ready for that. I'd even Bud Crawford, Tim Zhu was a worthy pay-per-view. But Crawford, he wasn't taking that smoke. It's supposed to be Charlo. All these guys, man. All these these African American fighters, they're ducking Tim Zhu. Crawford didn't want the Tim Zhu smoke. Earl Spence don't want that. At least Queef Thurman stepped up, but I mean, who was his real option? But is it pay-per-view? Nah, man. The PBC thinks that the boxing fans are idiots. They think you're idiots because they're offering this as pay-per-view. They're not even giving you a free show, a preview show. There's nothing that they're doing to convince boxing fans to buy this fight. I mean, I suppose they figure there's maybe 25, 30, 40,000 Queef Thurman fans. There's some Australians, Tim Zhu fans in the United States. But, as far as American pay-per-views, Amazon Prime, I mean, they're just things in the tank. And they had on the undercard is Pitbull Cruz versus Ricardo Romero. And, Rolly Romero. This is the thing about boxing, man. Rolly Romero, you really have to question Rolly Romero's decision. Okay, Rolly Romero could have had a DAZN pay-per-view headlining superstar mega match with Ryan Garcia. Easily does at least 200K pay-per-views with Ryan Garcia. And he tells Ryan no. He'd rather fight on the undercard on Amazon Prime. For how, Ryan had said, how much is Rolly getting? What is he getting? $1 million? Even he could have got $4 or $5 million with DAZN and Oscar. So that these PBC fanboys, this whole side of the street thing with these guys, with this boxing promotion, we've seen they just move in ways that are they're not good for boxing. They're really trying to have their own little corner of the universe as far as boxing goes, So, they're trying to sell the fight by putting Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz on the undercard. But who is Isaac Cruz? The guy, now, we're Mexican. I'm Mexican. We're fans of Mexican boxing. Is Isaac Cruz that dude for Mexican boxing? I mean, He almost beat Stank Davis. You know who they said Stank Davis had a broken hand. Hey guys, please hit the like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna communicate with you guys. Comment, say what you think. The Isaac Cruz is supposed to sell pay-per-views versus Ricardo Romero. I guess they think Rolly Romero is some super attraction. And it's like, what has he done since? I mean, almost lose to Barroso. I mean, this is what we're talking about, man. So it's like, this is not pay-per-view, man. The PBC really thinks that boxing fans are stupid. The Zone, for their part, I mean, they think boxing. Like, everybody thinks boxing fans are stupid. They really do. They put Davina Hankey and Regis Program pay-per-view, and nobody knows who Regis Program is as far as mainstream Americans, because that's who they're trying to sell. And it was a shitty undercard, and it's like, they just think you're stupid. And these guys don't come to fight. One thing I will say about the Tim Zsyu, Queef, Thurman is, they're going to come to fight. I think it'll be a good, exciting fight. I think it'll be entertaining for as long as it lasts. But I don't think it's going to last very long. Maybe 4 or 5 rounds. I mean, you can't realistically think that they got Queef Thurman after, I don't know, what is it, 2.5-year layoff. His last fight was a battle with Mario Barrios. That in any way, this means this is a super competitive boxing match. There's just no way. There's no way that you're gonna pay $70 for it. Again, would have been fire. Would have been to have Bud Crawford versus Tim Zsyu. Now there's a mega match, and it's not a superstar level match, but I think it's a mega match. It's a surefire hit, and we can see Terrence Crawford put to the test. But yeah, man, just shitty fight. I mean, entertaining, but as far as making people pay for this, and both fights should be entertaining. Rolly Romero versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz. They were showing pictures of how small Pitbull is to Rolly Romero. It was pretty eye-opening how small the guy was. Rolly Romero looked pretty big compared to him. So, I'm picking Isaac Cruz to come in and put an end to the Rolly Romero show. Yeah, I think it'd be better for Isaac Cruz to win. And then who knows what he'll do. I mean, he'll probably milk it for the end of the year, and then maybe face Stank Davis towards December. I mean, who knows what that guy's gonna do. But yeah, I mean, it's not a pay-per-view fight. I'm gonna probably try to watch it. You know how we're gonna watch it. You know how we do. But I was just really thinking, man, they just really think boxing fans are stupid. And that's what blows my mind. These guys are gonna come up here and argue. There's content creators out here saying that thank you, Al Heyman, thank you, PBC, for putting on great fights. And they're really trying to fool you with that. And that's the crazy thing about it, man. They really try to fool you with these, these are great fights. I mean, we know the names, but we know that they're not pay-per-view worthy, So, but I like Tim Zsyu, man. I like Tim Zsyu. I think he's coming with heat. Let's hear what Tim Zsyu has to say about it.
They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations. They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations. They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year.
So there you go, man. These guys, they talk shit about Tim Zsyu. They think he's a flat-footed Mexican, and he's telling you, man, he comes to fight. He's trying to be great, and we're not seeing that in boxing anymore. It's just, I guess Jamal Charlo is on hiatus. He's a champion of Beasts. Yeah, Boxing Kangaroo. Tim Zhu is going to put him in a retirement plan. Thank you, Ripper. Yes. The Cribs, do they? I don't know. But, the fight I really wanted to see, the fight that made sense, that would have made pay-per-view, is Crawford versus Tim Zhu. That's the fight that makes sense. But there's no way in hell that Crawford was going to fight Tim Zhu. Nobody wants that Tim Zhu smoke, man. And Queef Thurman, he really don't have a choice. What was he gonna do? Who was he really gonna fight? And there's just nobody was else for him. So, he steps up to the plate. But man, he's gonna go about 4 or 5 rounds, and Tim Zhu is gonna put a hurting on that guy. Salute, Hawker. Right on, man. But I'm excited, man. Tim Zhu, man, big things. And, if Virgil Ortiz can get his shit together and he can have 2 more good fights, man, maybe we can get a mega shot with Tim Zhu and Virgil Ortiz, man. To me, that's my pick, man. Virgil Ortiz. Thank you, Hopper. Thank you. Virgil Ortiz versus Timmy Zhu, man. But it looks like Timmy Zhu, he's fucking with Amazon. He's fucking with the PBC. Yes, that's the fight we need, man. Tim Zhu versus Virgil Ortiz, man. That is a bloodbath waiting to happen, bro. But man, Virgil, we really didn't see much, man. We really didn't see much. It's hard. He needs 2 more step-up fights. He's not. I don't think he's ready for Tim Zhu. He's not ready yet. He looked decent, but the guy he faced wasn't anything. That guy didn't come to win. So, can't really judge. No, Hawker. I know that who you're talking about, but I don't travel down those streets, so to speak. But yeah, man, Tim Zhu, he's a honorary Mexican fighter, man. He got me one. I'm almost convinced to buy it just for Tim Zhu, because he said something that really touched my heart. Let's hear what Timmy had to say.
Running around and jabbing and tippy tap. That's not me. If it's cool, if it's called trading, that's me. Going, come on.
There we go, man. You hear the man for himself. Salute El Pachuco. Please like, subscribe. Do all that good stuff, homie. Yeah, compete at 2 years. That's what. That's a long way off, man. But I think it's a mega fight. It's definitely a mega fight for the future. But Virgil has some work to do, man. There's some names at 154. I would like, 2 Matador. Thank you for the soldiers showing up, man. Soldiers getting in. Want to hear some real boxing talk, because you're gonna get it from me, man. You're gonna get it from me. I'm gonna give you the real, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. If they're white, black, Mexican, Indian, I don't give a damn. Everybody's free game up here. So I don't know what to tell you. It won't happen this year. Yeah, Boxing Kangaroo. Oscar was saying that Virgil wants it now, but he was saying is he's probably gonna wait to the end of the year. So Ripper, I want to see flat-footed Canelo beat the brakes out Crawford. We'll get to that because I did hear that. But here's what I'm saying, man. Okay, here's the problem I have is I'm torn. And I hear the arguments, man. But I'm just going to give you guys what I think. Everybody wants to see Canelo Benavidez, right? I hate talking about it because it's a no-brainer, okay? And some people feel Canelo's ducking, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about all that. But if he decides Crawford, I'm okay with that because I want to see his crip ass get the brakes beat off of him. That's that simple. It's going to be fun as hell to see that fool get knocked out. And here's why, bro. Because he doesn't want that Tim Zsyu smoke. He didn't want the Charlo smoke. He just wants to cherry pick and have easy fights. And then he's gonna go up, he's gonna lose, and then he's gonna be able to say he's an all-time great because he dared to be great. There it is. It's a win-win for him. And I mean, I guess you can't be mad at him, but you know, he really should have fought Tim Zsyu. That should have been this pay-per-view, and I might have been tempted to buy it. You know. So salute all the homies in the building, and do my homies from Australia. Yeah, man. So threw me off with that, but you know, with the Tim Zsyu smoke, man, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for Tim Zsyu smoke. Now let's say Queef Thurman, can he pull it off? I mean, imagine if he did. But you know, he's old, he's out of shape, he's flabby. The guy, he doesn't have a chance. He doesn't have a chance. Hawker, of course they are. You know, they want to believe. They want to believe. You know, they're all-time greats. Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray, Leonard. They all went up and they lost. They all moved up in weight and they got their ass kicked. You know, all the greats moved up and got their ass kicked. You know, the only one who didn't was, you know, as we know, Fraud May Runner. But, you know, he never moved up and took on, he was supposed to fight Winky Wright. He didn't fight Triple G, who said he would have moved down. He moved up and fought, well, Canelo, right? But he weight drank Canelo. A lot of fights he didn't, you know, take on. But El Pachuco, Tim Zsyu is an exciting, action-packed, skilled fighter. This is what boxing needs. But Tim Zsyu needs to lead the PBC No Limit where, yeah, we know, man. See, if you know boxing, that's the thing, is Tim Zsyu is kind of tied in with PBC. Well, he was with Showtime, PBC, and now it's Showtime, Amazon. But see, the thing is, and I'm sure pretty Carl knows, is that Tim Zsyu makes a lot of money in Australia. He makes a shit ton of money. They sell out. He sells pay-per-views. It's almost like Inui in Japan. You know, these guys, they have their own market. They don't need Americans. It was Tim Zsyu. He wanted to come to America. He really wants to come here and make his presence known. You know, he, for whatever reason, you know, there was a guy like Ricky Hatton. You know, some of these guys, they don't ever need to come to the States. You know, but they decide to come here. And Tim Zsyu, he wants to come here and make his name. That's what he said he wants. He has his reasons. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Crawford, he's not going to travel anywhere where he doesn't think he has a home field advantage. You know, I'm not saying Vegas is home field, but, you know, like Fraud May Runner, he never fought outside of Vegas because that was his home turf, you know? And here, you know, what's funny about boxing, you always hear these, you know, these crip factions. They love the Devin Haney. Oh my God, he went to Australia. Oh my God, that was so awesome. It was amazing. Oh my God, Fulton, look at him stepping up and going to Japan. Oh my gosh, you hear these guys all the time. Floyd Mayweather never did that. Never. But he's supposed to be their hero, right? When you have Tim Zsyu, Better Biev, all these, you know, foreign fighters, they come here. Tyson Fury came here and beat the crap out of Deontay Wilder here in the States, you know? So, you know, American, you know, fighters, Black American fighters, they get a pass. Let's just keep it a buck. They get a pass to just kind of sit home and cherry pick fights, you know? And now you have a real dude like Tim Zsyu saying, nah, fuck that. I want to come here into their hometown and beat the brakes off them. You know, he could easily sit like a Nui in Japan or Australia. He could sit there and just milk his career and make millions. You know? Yeah, he does, but he's making it a point. He said he feels like he has to come to the States to make a name. Like, he doesn't want them, and then he makes a good point. He doesn't want them to go to Australia like what they did with Fulton, and what a lot of people, oh, well, he had to go over there, so, you know, that was unfair. Because that's what they're going to say, you know. So, Tank going to England, I heard that, but I don't buy it. I highly doubt it. I think Stank Davis has a lot going on in the States, and I don't think with his record, I don't think he can travel. He can't even leave his home city. So that's going to be pretty hard. You know, I really don't think he fights this year, or if he does, at the very end of the year. You know, he's a little butterball right now, rolling around, you know, chasing whores and having more shit on his toothbrush. So, you know, yeah. You know, and see, this is the thing. This is the crazy thing. So, like, people are bringing up Stank Davis. They're bringing up Cripford. And where are they? They don't fight. They don't fight. You know? They sit there, right? Let's just hear what Tim Zsyu has to say about this.
They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations. They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations.
Now, who is he talking about? They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on vacation. And you know when he says they, who he's talking about. He's talking about Crawford. He's talking about these charter hoes, Stank Davises. These motherfuckers don't fight, man. See, this is what I'm here for, man. I'm here to bring y'all the real boxing shit, man. We gotta break this shit down. Matador. Zsyu gonna put Thurman out of his misery. You can say that again. Guys, hit the like, subscribe, share. You know, leave comments. Please, you know, help a brother out. There's no yeah, you know, somebody posted a fake meme of Matthew Haddon. Yeah, I can't think of a fighter that he could fight over there. Everyone at the PBC. I don't know what you mean by that, Carl. Everyone oh, you mean they go on vacation? Yeah. But I don't even think. Look, man, Tim Zsyu's being very political, but listen to what he says. Just really listen to his words. And I want you to tell me what you think of when he says what he says.
They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations. They're all a bunch of pussies. They fight once a year, and then they go on 2-year vacations.
All right. So when he says they, who was he talking about? You know, when we say it, we know who we're talking about. But when he says it, you know, he's very smart, political about it. Joe Cordina? Nah, I don't. Yeah, Joe Cordina. The guy who knocked out the Asian cat. Yeah, he's decent, man. You know what? And that's who Shakira Stevenson was Joe Cordina. He could have went undisputed, but he decided, nah, I'd rather move up and fight another bum. You know, that's just how they move, man. There's another name. Now he retired. He's going to fight once a year. You know, man, I mean, these guys, man, there's not enough real boxers. That's why we need to support guys like Tim Zsyu, you know, do shows about them, you know, pump up their name and get the word out, man, who the real fighters in this boxing game are. You know, I know Canelo's taking a beating, you know, with his choice of opponents, but you know, he's kept boxing alive for the past few years, you know, and his time is almost going to come to an end. But who else is carrying the sport? Because, you know, here's the thing, man. And then I'll get to your comment, Carl. Tank versus Pitbull. Yeah, Pitbull. Think he's going to be Romero? Yeah, Ripper. We know who this reporters favor, you know, because I'm looking at it. Like with Tim Bradley ripping. So here's the hypocritical thing. Like Tim Bradley, he's going to rip Ryan Garcia. Yes, Ryan Garcia is an easy target because, you know, he runs his mouth. He cries like a diva, you know. He's Ryan Garcia, man. You know what? We don't expect nothing less. But here's the thing. Ryan Garcia is still the money man. You know, Stank Davis, Davina Hankey, Shakira, you know, you name them between 135, 140, even Tiafim. They all need Ryan is the money man. He is what he is. But so Tim Bradley will call out Ryan Garcia, but he won't call out Keyshawn, or he won't call out Shakira for these diva tactics. You see what I'm saying? Like, he won't call that out. You know what they'll say? Oh, that's business, man. Oh, that's just business. You know, Shakira, he getting the bag. They trying to fuck him over. Right? When Keyshawn Davis failed a drug test, had his bout, called a no contest, and then cried about he was sick, Tim Bradley, that's what he said. He said, oh, no, man, he's sick, man. You know, he's sick. Don't worry about it. Right? So, yeah, these reporters, they don't call out the Crips. So, Amazon Prime did not even vote. I think they probably will later. I mean, you may see like a poster, you know, like in the side of a corner of your subscription, you know, when I have Amazon Prime, right? So you might see something because they don't have no money. You know, I know people don't like this guy, Richard Glazer, your donut. Sounds kind of sick. But Rick Glazer, you know, he reported that, all PBC has is a distribution deal. So they don't have like a Showtime deal where Showtime pays a licensing fee for like the main event, right? So they give a couple million for a Stank Davis fight. And then PBC pays everybody for that, right? Right, through the promotion. The promotion pays everybody. So Rick said he's paying to be on Amazon. This showing work. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it works, but that sounds about right. And the press conference wasn't. Yeah, I heard it was like hella rickety and raggedy, and Queef Thurman was looking kind of crazy. It was very funny to behold. People were posting some funny pictures online about Queef Thurman at the presser with his comb over. Yeah, I guess what PBC did. Yeah, I seen that. Leonard Ellerby is picking Thurman. I mean, it's Cat, man. Come on, you already know. I don't think he did. You know what I want to see when people like that, especially if they got money, I want to see the betting slip. Show me the money, because it's like 11-1, man. You put a stack on there, right? 1,000, bro. You're rich. Holy shit. I mean, that'd be some shit, man, if you pull it off. But you don't fucking believe that shit. Come on, man. So the deal I think they had is a distribution deal. So Amazon is not giving them money for the fights. So, like, to me, what I think is like Tim Zsዩ's side, his TV rights probably paid for the purses, right? Like the money that Australians put up probably paid for this event, you know, and the PBC just takes, you know, whatever profits they can get, if they get any profits. And then, you know, Amazon gets their fee for distributing the fight. But Amazon is not giving them money like Showtime used to do as far as licensing fees. So that's what Rick Glazer was saying. He's saying that Amazon has to get investors or people willing to put up money for these fights. You know, so that's why it only made sense for Tim Zsyu, because he has his own money from where he's at. So his people in his side, you know, they have, you know, they can put up money with like foreign rights and things of that nature. But yeah, man, there's no more easy money for the PBC. They're really gonna struggle, man. And Rick Glazer says, what he claims is that this is a what if kind of deal. So basically, there's some outs for Amazon that, you know, maybe if PBC doesn't perform, then you know, Amazon can get out of this deal. So, you know, people are gonna hate, and they're gonna say, why would you want less boxing if the PBC fails at less boxing? It's like, fuck them, fuck you, and fuck them, dude, because they're charging us. That's pay-per-view. They're not, you know, even when you had a Showtime subscription, they gave you not free fights, but you had to, you know, you had to pay Showtime, but they gave you some fights. What up, Ned? OG in the building. Yeah, nobody cares what Smellerby says, man. You know, I had some clips about him and Stank Davis. You know, saying that Stank is not never going up. I guess today he said Stank is never going up to 140. He's too small. Blah blah. Same crime bullshit, you know, from these Crips. And then, you know, the creator, he put up the video. They show have Leonard Hillerby saying that Stank walks around like 160 and he's too big. So I'm gonna post that clip for y'all so you can see it. It's pretty entertaining. It's pretty funny, man. It's very contradictory. You know, they're really have their kid gloves on with Stank Davis. Motherfucker is probably not gonna fight the rest of the year. Yeah, I think the PBC is a sinking ship, man. I mean, the last cable place was Showtime. You know, it was HBO. HBO's gone. Then it was hey, where do I know you from? But thank you. Yeah, man, like and subscribe. Then you had Showtime, you know, they carried over from HBO, you know, with the big fights. And now, man, you know, all those days are over, man. Everything's on a platform, everything's streaming. There's no more cable, I guess, you know, where it's on TV. So, you know, boxing's changing, bro. And DAZN was to come in and change the game. And to be honest, man, they kind of dropped the ball. They really haven't done great things, you know. Canelo Alvarez left DAZN. Now Canelo Alvarez is at PBC, you know, and people weren't happy with that. But yeah, man, it's the PBC, and you know, it's March 31st. It's a while away. In the meantime, we got Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz. It's decent, you know. It's a decent fight. It's not a mega fight. It's not a fantastic fight. But you know what else is? One thing I find funny is that the first PBC Amazons to be a Caribbean Fed. Facts, Ripper. He's being sacrificed, you know. But see, here's the thing with the sacrifice. It's not even really a sacrifice, bro. Tim Zhu has his own market. Like, he brings the bank. You know, it'd be like putting a Nui on your first show. Like, you don't even need money because the Nui's people are gonna bring the money. You know, so it's like a no-brainer. And then you know, but see, one thing that ever since I've been following boxing that I want to see is like, what's next? Like, what are these fights supposed to fulfill or put up? Because after Tim Zhu beats Queef Thurman, I mean, you know, is he going to be put on pay-per-view again in another subpar fight? Like, okay, one, Queef is a name, but after that, I mean, are they going to like resurrect Earl Spence and feed him to Tim Zhu? Like, they're just going to sacrifice all their Crips to Tim Zhu now? Like, that's crazy. You know, like, it's like, you know what's crazy, Ripper? That's the crazy thing, right? It's like PBC starts off as this like pro-black, we're all about brothers, you know, it's run by a brother, and we're really gonna rise. And now, slowly but surely, they all got hustled, and now, you know, Canelo the Mexican and Tim Zhu the white boy are gonna feed on all of them, and they're just building them up. That's hilarious, bro. I mean, it should be the other way around, right? They should have some big ass crib like that they can feed Canelo to, right, and build him. But they don't have nobody. The only guy they can kind of theoretically feed Canelo to is David Benavidez, but that's not a sure thing. David can get his ass kicked, you know. And Tim Zhu, like, they can't feed. Who are they gonna feed? What brother are they gonna build with Tim Zhu? You know, what fighter of theirs can they feed Tim Zhu? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Spence can. No, Spence, he's done, dude. It's over. Gonna turn. Nah, dude, they never will. You know what it'd be like with the LDBC turning on PBC? It's like they're too invested. So it'd be like if you married a whore and you knew she was a whore, you already married her. Like, there's no going back, you know? Like, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You already knew what you knew, and then if you go back and get rid of her, and your friends and family who told you she was a whore, you're not gonna go back to them, right? Because you're gonna be like, we told you so. So rather than be told you so, you're just gonna fucking go with it. Don Robo Crib, damn, long time no see, homie. What up? All the real ones in the house, with the Frank Bay show. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, man, look, Tim Zsyu and Queef Thurman is an entertaining fight. But what does it lead to? To me, it doesn't lead anywhere, because it could theoretically lead to Charlo. But Charlo, I don't think he'll fight again. I mean, we heard the recordings, him basically taking pleasure in hitting his woman. I mean, that was disgusting. I mean, how is he going to come back from that? I don't see him coming back from that. Now, can Tim Zsyu lead up to a Cripper fight? No. Yeah, man, they're all following the same path. They don't want to challenge. They're not going to fight Tim Zsyu, because if you remember, like what Davina Hankey said, what did Davina Hankey say? Oh, never lose to a white boy. If there's one thing that you can't overcome, is losing to a white boy. And Tim Zsyu is that white boy. So Spence, Cripford, all these guys, they're like, I'm gonna go lose to the Mexican because, number one, I'm gonna make shit ton of money, and there's no it doesn't look bad losing to a Mexican. Everybody loses to a Mexican. All their greats lost to a Mexican at one time or another. But losing to a white boy, that's a no, bro. You can never lose. You can never live that down. You know what I'm saying? So Shakira really retired. I'm not gonna see these. Nah, bro. Here's what I think, and I said it before. I call this, I called this like after he beat Oscar Valdez. I said, this guy, he's trash. He's not entertaining. He sucks, and he doesn't want to fight hard fights. He didn't. Look, man, here's what happened. And I said it first. If you don't believe me, I'll send you the proof. When I first heard the news, I said, oh, you know what that is? What happened is, he's been bragging that I guess his next fight is his last with Top Rank, and that he's a free agent. So he's going around like bragging that he's going to be a free agent, right? So if you're Top Rank, you're like, wait, hold up. You think that we're going to give you Navarrete? You think we're going to feed you Navarrete, make you a huge star because you beat a Mexican in an exciting fight, right? And I didn't think he'd be Navarrete, but hopefully you understand. And you think, and then you're just going to leave us? Uncle Bob was like, nah, fuck that, dude. But what I heard through the rumor mill was that it was Maritaya. Uncle Bob pulled a fast one and was like, nah, fuck that. You're going to fight Maritaya. And that's why his bitch ass retired. He got scared. He got shook and was crying like a hoe because he didn't want that Maritaya smoke. So, the truth's going to come out there, man. The truth is going to come out. Top Rank or Pay Shakir and Denny can. Well, he was like a silver medalist. He was a silver medalist. He is a 2-3-time champion. All vacant belts, never defended. Yes, a lot of them are. I do. I will soon, man. It's just he got a lot of Crips over there overtaking his channel, and it just got boring, bro. I don't like to argue with those fools. They don't know boxing. But I'm a roll through. Gustavo, Guts and Roy, what up, man? Lemos, shit. That's what I hate Richard Hitchinson. He stinks, bro. Are you a fan of him? But let me just roast Shakira because that was some big news. So even before the news came out that that Shakira, the reason why he retired, then they came out and said that the reason, they're speculating, is that Shakira was mad he didn't get a Navarrete fight. But it's like, why is he mad at a Navarrete fight anyway? Navarrete is going to fight for a belt, and he already got his vacant belt, so why is he upset? And it only makes sense is because He now is retiring. Aaron claims, doubtlingers. Well, it was rumored that he retired because he didn't get the Navarrete fight, which is like, it makes sense, right? It makes sense because, like, I watch boxing and I'm a fan of Mexican boxing, but you can kind of see, like, and Stevenson he'll be a huge favorite against Navarrete just because he's a runner, and Navarrete is moving up in weight, so he wanted to cherry pick a slower, flat-footed Mexican and look good against, like he did against Valdez, which I thought was boring anyway. Dude, imagine Canelo ranked from his opponent. Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, you guys, I've been away for so long, man. There's been so much. I want to get to all these. You guys throw so much at me, man. No, I want all the Crips to lose, including Crip. Yeah, same here, bro. This is the place for you, because I keep it real, bro. I keep it real on how these Crips move, and how Mexican boxing goes, bro. And you know what, man? Confirmation, because I don't really be on here that much because it can get toxic. People talk shit, and then when you try to say the truth, people don't want to hear it. But this was like confirmation, man. So let me play the homie.
What you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, like Mexican traditions. Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, but these are one of the greatest fighters of all time.
There you go, man. So if you like that, if you like what Tim Zsyu has, then Frank Bay's channel, you're at the right place, man. I'm not saying we're gonna always agree, but here's what we don't do here. If you want to know, here's what we don't.
Running around and jabbing and tippy tap, that's not me. If it's called trading, that's me, Going to my style. Running around and jabbing and
that's what we don't do here at Frank Bay. We don't jippy jab, tippy tap. We don't do that here, man. We keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Hey, scientist. Yeah, man. Let me see what's up. I'm just gonna speak to the people real quick, but you can be in the chat. Yeah, man. This is the place. This is the place, man. This is where we talk that real shit boxing. We want to see guys fight. I don't give a fuck about the sweet science. And call me, yes, I love rock and sock and robots. I do. I want to see guys beat the fuck up. What's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with seeing people beat the fuck up? All right? Give me a minute, TBS, but I got you, homie. What do we, as a boxing fan, what do you want to see? If you want to see people get knocked out, put a 1 in the chat. Do you want to see motherfuckers get knocked the fuck out? That's what I want to know, right? Or do you like
running around and jabbing and tippy tap? That's not me. If it's called trading, that's me. Going to my style. Running around and jabbing and.
So guys, tell me who is he talking about when he says jibby jabby, jibber jabber, pitty patter? He's talking about the Shakiras, the Stankies, the Hankies. Even Stink Davis, dude. I don't find him exceptionally exciting. I mean, what he land a lucky punch against Ryan? He depleted the guy, and then landed a lucky shot. It's like that's not me, man. That's why I wanted to come on, talk about Tim Zsyu, in this PBC fight. But as far as pay-per-view, man, I don't know if it's pay-per-view worthy. So how do y'all feel about Ricardo Romero and Isaac Pitbull Cruz? I mean, do you guys like that fight? I think it's gonna be a banger. I think it's a hell of a fight. As long as it lasts, I think it'll do be pretty entertaining. But I was noticing that Man, Pitbull is really small compared to Rolly Romero. You know, I wanted to see the size difference, but you know, they showed the size differences on those guys, and it was pretty noticeable. You know, Isaac Cruz. Let's see. Yeah, so there you go, man. You can see, dude, he's like a fucking, look at, he's like a fucking, look at this guy. Dude, what the hell is that? He's like a whole head. Look at little Isaac, man. Fucking giant. Tim Zsyu is like tower. He's got a nose school. He's way bigger than Queef. Oh, look at Retardo Romero. Look at these guys, man. Oh my gosh. These guys are insane, man. Rolly, oh, there it is, even better. What the hell, bro? Look how small Isaac looks, man. Dude, Rolly Romero's like a welterweight. You... Oh my gosh, that shit is hilarious looking. What do you say, Rolly? Oh, yeah, but no, you can see how small Isaac Cruz is, though. Dude, he's a 135 pounder going up to 140, and he's small at that. Salute those the boxing. Oh my god, come on. You guys are crazy, man. Look, man. I believe in free smoke, you know. It's all fun and games. You know, it is what it is, man. Yeah, I gotta figure it out. But yeah, man. It's gonna be a fun fight, but man, Isaac Cruz. Okay, so here's the crazy thing. So they got Leonard Smellerby saying to tank it, you know, and I've heard this from a lot of Crip channels and, you know, the brothers and the African Americans, you know, because they'll do like 4-hour streams about one fighter. Like, it's insane. They'll go 4 hours talking about Davina Hankey and Stank Davis negotiations. Like, Negro, they're never gonna fight. Like, y'all be on Fantasy Island, you know what I'm saying? But they'll go 4 hours jibber jabbering, arguing, crying, threatening to pull up. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. The reason, so the argument is that Davina Hankey and Stank Davis is like a catchweight. Because, you know, Davina Hankey's this massive weight bully. He comes in at like fucking Canelo's weight, 168, you know, fighting guys 140 pounds, you know. They get up to maybe 150. So it's like a huge mismatch. And that motherfucker still punches like a bitch, which is insane. You know, it's fucking insane that he's that big and hits like a bitch. But, you know, with Stank Davis, Leonard Smellerby was saying, well, no, Stank, you know, he can still get to 130, and he's really a natural 135er, and actually he's pretty small, so it's really tremendous. That proves how great of a fighter he is. You know, all right, I might drop the link, man, but we're gonna keep it boxing. You know, I'm not gonna get into no troll shit. You know, if y'all want to beef, y'all can beef somewhere else. You know, if you want to talk boxing, we could talk boxing, and I'll drop the link. So let me know, homies. I just want to keep it trophy, keep it boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really get some real solid people in here, you know, to make this a great show where we keep it, you know, keep it a buck about, you know, some of these guys. But so look how small Isaac fucking Cruz is, going up to 140 fighting for a belt. But little baby Stank, he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though he went up to 140 and fought Mario Barrios. Okay, man. I don't know, man. Y'all gotta keep it boxing, man. I don't do the troll shit here. Anyway, the little Isaac Cruz, man, he's a boss, dude. He's willing to go fight this big ass motherfucker. Look at him. And he's probably gonna beat his ass and become a champion. But they're crying Stank Davis can't go up to 140 and fight Davina Hankey because Stank Davis is too small. But yet this guy, a Mexican, obviously, and they need him for the card to sell their shitty card. They need him there to do that, you know. So Um, that's what it is, man. These guys, man, they have every excuse in the book. The little guys, real, yeah, man, I don't know, man. Whatever, man, I don't know. Y'all just have fun in the chat, man. You know, real ones only, man. Real ones only, man. But I'll be fair though, man. I mean, you know, I know that's what I like to see. So let's let me try to. But you gotta, you know, you don't have to show your face, but you have to show me you're a real person before I bring you on. So let me do this real quick. I don't care who it is, man. I don't care what the hell is going on. We're gonna talk boxing, and that's it, man. But I ain't getting into none of you guys. Bring that shit. Whoever, man, y'all bring beefs. This is not what we do here, man. We talk boxing. Let them know, man. Whoever wants to hop on, I said I'll let them know. You know, I like to jump on when people are talking boxing. So tonight, but we're going to talk about the subject. You know, tonight is what you think of the PBC card. PBC card, you know, is it pay-per-view worthy? Is Zsyu just steamroll? Queef Thurman, you know, is Isaac Cruz versus Ricardo Romero. Is that a good fight? You know, and the Ryan and Oscar beef, man. You know, I guess Ryan Garcia crying. Ryan is bashing Oscar, you know, which to me makes no sense, man. Like Ryan Garcia, who would you really be without Oscar De La Hoya having your back? You know, that's the crazy thing. I don't know, man. Who would you really be without Oscar De La Hoya? You know, you should have listened to Oscar and never, you know, didn't agree to no clauses, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, guys, don't forget, you know, like, subscribe, comment. You know, I'm going to be talking a little bit longer. I'm not doing no marathon stream, but, you know, I just wanted to come on and catch up with some of y'all, see what's going on in the boxing community, the boxing world. You know, I'm going to bring some good shit for y'all, man. Really working on some, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys have to figure it out, man. I don't take sides. I don't bow down to nobody. I don't play internet games. You know, look, man, it's free smoke. People are welcome to give their boxing opinion. That's what we're here for. I do, you know, my goal is to do a good show. Yeah, man. I did a short about it. Y'all want to see the short? Put a 1 in the chat. You know, Oscar bending the knee. You know, I mean, Ryan bending the knee for Floyd. I mean, he goes on this rant about Floyd is the homie and I love him and he's the greatest. It's sickening. It's sickening, bro. All right, who else want to see, man? I just have to be careful because, you know, it is YouTube shit. You know how they are. And it doesn't look, tell me if you guys can see it, and tell me if it's good quality on your end.
Probably not. $5 duo at Burger King. Double up flavors when hunger ding. Whopper chicken and crispy wraps for lunch, dinner, or late night snack. DJ, having your wish.
So there it is, man. Ryan Garcia bending the knee. Guys, I don't really care what the hell y'all got going on. This is not the place. It's not the time. I mean, y'all really need to figure it out, man. But to me, it's kind of lame. I get the beef. I don't like a lot of people on YouTube or whatever, but you know, I don't know, man. It's just not good content. You know, I like to talk boxing. So yeah, man, Ryan, you know, Ryan's really in his feelings right now, man. Here's the thing, man. You can't really trust somebody who blames somebody else for everything. And that's what it looked like Ryan Garcia is doing. He's blaming Oscar for everything. You know, that's what he wants to do. It's Oscar's fault. His career is not going anywhere. It's Oscar's fault that that he lost to Stank Davis. It's Oscar's fault that he didn't pick him up and hold his hand after the press conference. It's like, but yet he's a superstar in boxing without having like really fought anybody. So, you know, Oscar got him paid 30 M's. That's what Ryan Garcia claims, like 30 million. Like, so Oscar really did that bad of a job. Hey, man, to this fella, look, man, I don't want to see that word on here again. I'm gonna time you out if you can say whatever else. You can call people whatever you want, but that's a no-go. You know, we don't say R, we don't say C words. I can't have that here. You can come on and talk boxing, but I'm not playing that game. Ryan got set up by, yeah, that's what's crazy, bro, is that like he went and hugged his enemy instead of the people that were trying to tell him, hey, don't fuck with those guys. But you know, Ryan's a kid, man. Ryan's a young guy and he's confused. He doesn't know better. So I have sympathy, for him on that note. You know, I do, because I think, you know, all of us make mistakes when we're young. That's just being young. And then on top of that, he's like really wealthy. Right? He's really wealthy, young and wealthy. So look at Queef. Oh my gosh. So yeah, man, Ryan's really young. He's really wealthy. It looks like I got a guest. So let me give me a second, homie. Let me make sure you are who you say you are. Right? You're gonna hop in the club.
Say what up, bro?
Yo.
What's a boxing scientist?
Yeah, I know
what's
who
good?
You are. What's up?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Yeah, I got about 30 minutes to chill.
Okay.
Good shit, bro. I just want to congratulate you. Man, it's been a minute. It's long overdue, but it's a great topic, man. You know.
Oh, right on. Yeah. You know, what you want to say? Get your shit off.
Yeah. No, just you know, Tim Zsyu. I couldn't agree more with Tim Zsyu. I was not expecting that response, but damn, he fucking put that fool Thurman in his place. And you know, Mexican boxing, it just goes to show you it's respected worldwide. It's just these Afro-Americans that seem to have a problem with it, right? So
Right.
It just goes to show you we can't let that shit bother us. Like the haters, they're gonna hate, but we're great. That's why they hate. We're great.
Yeah, man. Did you catch what Timmy Zsyu had to say?
Tim Zsyu?
Yeah. Did you hear what Tim Zsyu had to say?
I just heard that he said it's a compliment to be called the Mexican boxer.
Yeah, man. Let me ask Tim Zsyu. I got him here, man. You want to hear him? He wants to talk to us. I'm gonna put him on. Let's hear what Tim had to
What do you make
say.
of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? Like, Mexican traditions, Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, but these are one of the greatest fighters of all time.
There's Tim Zhu, man. He had I think he summed it up pretty good, because that's always what the haters say, right? That, like, we're a flat-footed Mexican. Right. And then he basically said, well, that's a compliment. Like, why wouldn't it be?
Right. And here's the thing, being flat-footed is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you're planting your feet so you could punch harder, right? Roberto Duran was flat-footed. That's why he has so much power, and he was able to carry that power through multiple divisions, right? So it's all how you look at it. If you want to be swift on your feet, sure, that's better defensively, but not offensively, right? So it's all how you look at it. And it's gotten this bad rap that you fight like a Mexican, you're flat-footed Mexican. But Mexicans, we're the best. We're the best boxers. We have the best boxers, right? So it's all how you look at it. They're trying to paint it as something negative when it's not necessarily a negative thing.
Right, because the opposite, like, let's say if you're calling someone a flat-footed Mexican, what are you essentially saying? You're saying that that style is trash, because what are you saying? That Mexicans are not good athletes? Like, you're saying a whole bunch when you say that, right? Like, they're not good athletes, they can't box. Like, you're basically saying they're just brawlers, right?
That's what they're insinuating.
Right. So then you say, okay, so then, well, what do you think is, like, amazing, right? So then they're also saying, like, saying a whole lot of shit with that. It just has so many connotations. So they're saying that basically that the opposite of a flat-footed Mexican is the Davina Hankies and Shakuras, which is basically the sweet science, right? They're trying to say, oh no, because you have those guys and they're like slick and they jab and they move, and then we come in, we're like, nah, man, fuck that. That's what I mean. We call that bitch shit. But before I let you answer, let me see what my boy had to say.
Running around and jabbing and tippy tap, that's not me. If it's called trading, that's me, That's my style. Running around and jabbing and tippy tap, that's not me.
Right? Like, do you think Tim Zhu said it right? Like, he's been saying what we've been saying for, like, how many months now? Right? Like, fuck those guys. Fuck their style.
Right.
Fuck how they think and talk about boxing, because it's all bullshit.
Yeah, and I love it, bro, because it just goes to show you the media out here. It's got a different narrative that they're pushing out here than in other parts of the world. So just because over here everybody's saying, oh, Bud Crawford's pound for pound number one, that doesn't mean the rest of the world really thinks that, right? And so I just love the way he responded, bro. It was facts. And now Thurman looks like an idiot.
Right. That's a good point. I think that's a good point you made. You're saying that, in America, we have these factions, Mexican boxing, like, I guess, that we're on. And I don't even call it Mexican boxing. We want to see good fights, because we're all watching of African American with the sweet science, as long as he's fighting someone that's coming to fight, right? Like, that's a good fight, right? Like,
right.
Like, we're not, I think people will hear us and be like, oh, you just don't like African American boxers, queer boxers. I go, no, I do. Like, I want to see him get their ass kicked. I want to see it. I want to see him fight William Zepeda, Isaac Cruz. I want to see him fight these tough Mexican guys or like Tim Zoo's. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see him fight these low level guys and just jab and run around all day. Like, I think people are getting it twisted. But back to what you said, I think what you're saying is like in America we have our faction, those other like the brothers, the Crips, Black Americans, and the cuck media that are trying to shove Navina Hankies and Shakira's awful style down our throat. But what you're saying is, he says, no, only in America, like the rest of the world still loves great action fights. And that's why you heard Tim Zhu say what he said, like Japanese, they want to see motherfuckers get knocked out. The rest of the world wants to see motherfuckers get knocked out.
Right.
And it's
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. It goes back all the way back to like Roman Coliseum times, bro. People were there for blood. You know what I mean? And it's a primal instinct that's instilled in every single one of us, whether we want to admit it or not. We want to see that shit. And so to deny that is to deny our essence.
Well, I think, another way to put it is, if I'm going to pay money to watch a fight, I want to see two guys fight. Like, I bought, when you bought a Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera fight, you didn't buy it for the sweet science. You're like, these two motherfuckers are going to fucking fuck each other up, Like, that's what you buy it for.
Well, see that. Okay, so sorry to interrupt, but
no,
that's another thing, Frank, is over here the media, they started calling it the sweet science, right? And you know who I mean by they. That goes without explaining, right? So they're the ones that pretty much hijacked that term and made it theirs. Like, oh, we're the only ones that understand the sweet science. The Mexicans are just flat-footed. The Mexicans don't know what they're doing. They're just flat-footed. But when you look at it, that's why I don't call what they do the sweet science. I don't call it that. I'm trying to change the narrative because, in my opinion, the sweet science is Mexican style, bro. It's the ability to be aggressive, offensive, while defensive at the same time.
Yeah, Tim Zhu, he made an excellent point about that. He said, when I go in the ring, well, because I played that clip where he talks about pity patting, but he finishes, he goes, I don't like that. It's bullshit. Like, nobody wants to see that shit. He goes, what he said he likes to do, he goes, when I go in there, I want to break somebody down. That's what I'm there to do. Like, and it makes sense. Like, I don't want to go in there and dance with you, like, and get jabbed 1,000 times and get my face marked up, right? I want to go in there and fuck your ass up as soon as possible, right? Like, why do I want to go 12 rounds when I can go 3? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want to get hit in the head 600 times or 100? It's like, it's a no-brainer.
Right. Also, though, why would you want to leave it up to the judges when you know it's a corrupt-ass fucking sport? It's just stupid. When you could take it in your hands.
Yeah. But it's just crazy that Queef Thurman, that was his, I guess, and everybody's talking about it too, about what he said. And, you have a lot of boxing's fan base. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Tim Zhu, he flat-footed, man. He ain't got no skills, man. He don't know how to box, man. You know what I'm saying? So you have that faction, and then you have like what we're at, where we're like, no, man, like that's what we want to see. Tim Zhu gets it. He's like, yeah, man, like, no, that's a compliment. So it's just crazy to see how people really see the sport of boxing different and what they like and what they want to see. But see, here's the problem that I have. You can't tell me that, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a Crip or African American or a cuck who likes that shit, the sweet science. But you can't tell me that Davina Hanke versus Regis Prograis was an exciting fight. Like, who thought that was a great fight? Is there anybody listening, talking, that thought that was a great fight?
Not really.
No, but was it even remotely entertaining?
Nah, I didn't find it entertaining.
No, it was awful. It was boring. It was like you had this big ass motherfucker, right? You got this big ass motherfucker. He's huge as fuck, right? Like no homo. Pause. Like he's like 100. He's like a what's that? 168 pounds, right? And he can't beat up a 140 pounder like an 8th grader. This motherfucker is like a grown ass man versus like an 8th grader, and he didn't put a dent in the guy. I mean, he like knocked him down, but that was like off balance and shit. It's like, how the fuck are you that big, bigger than the guy, and you can't even stop him? It was awful.
It was.
But let me look at El Pachuco. Tim Zsyu beats Crawford. Yeah, I think Tim Zsyu steamrolls every crip that he faces. He would have steamrolled Charla if Charla didn't bitch out, and he would have steamrolled Crawford if Crawford would have stepped up to the challenge, but it is what it is. Yeah, Davina Hanky versus Regis Prograde was boring. So let's what do you think of Pitbull, Isaac Cruz versus Ricardo Romero?
Oh, Ricardo Romero. I like that nickname. That should be interesting, bro. It's gonna end quick. They both got power. I just seen Cruz is a little more crafty when he goes in. He gets low, so he's hard to hit, and then he comes up and hits you with hooks. I think that's gonna throw Rolly off. It threw Tank.
Take a look at the screen. Up. You see how much bigger Rolly is than Isaac? That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Little pit bull, man. He's tiny.
He is. He's tiny. He's moving up, but I still think, even with the size difference, he just knows what he's doing in there more so than Rolly. Rolly's got power. He's pretty quick, but I don't know. He's just kind of weird. He doesn't really know how to box. Well, to be honest, he was out boxing Tank because Tank is overrated as fuck. I thought Pitbull Cruz whooped Tank's ass. He just couldn't get him out of there.
Well, Rolly Romero started boxing at late, like at 18 or something. He was like a kickboxer. Like, do you know who his coach, that Bullet guy? That Coach Bullet?
Yeah.
That crip with the dread? Does he? He talks hella weird, like a deep ass raspy voice.
Yeah,
he got rid of that guy. No, that guy's a kick. He's not even really a boxing coach. He's like a MMA guy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man. That's where Rolly Romero comes from, like Taekwondo or kickboxing or some shit like that. Like, basically, he was like to me, I think he was probably an uncoordinated kid, and then that's why a lot of times those guys get into boxing.
Okay. So
there's no money in those sports.
Right. So who's his coach now?
I have no idea, man. But he got rid of that Bullet guy.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Hold on. Let me.
Who do you think is gonna win?
Hold on. What can I do for you, Devon? Davion. Okay.
It's probably a troll, bro.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's probably gonna put. It's probably Benzel's gonna put
he's gone
Big
already.
Pig.
He's gone. He's out of here. Okay. What we talking about? Rolly Romero, right? And Isaac Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Isaac Cruz, man, he's stepping up though. He's a small guy going to 140, taking on this big ass motherfucker. Oh, that's what it was. You said that Rolly, he can't really fight. Like, he's not a good boxer. And that's why I said, yeah, because he started late, and then he actually started as like a kickboxer.
Right.
So, you know, and Isaac Cruz, like you said, he has kind of that low style, and he throws, you know, those big overhand rights. So I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. You know, someone's getting slept.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody's gonna get slept, and if I had to put my money on it, I would say Romero's getting slept because his last. I mean, they're both coming off bad performances. They technically got the victory, but I think Romero's performance was way worse. He needed the ref to save him, bro. You know.
Yeah, I mean, the card itself. Are you gonna buy this pay-per-view?
I'm contemplating it, but nah, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pay-per-view worthy to me.
Nah, I'm probably not gonna buy it. I might
Pachuco.
go to a bar. I might go to a bar, if anything, and just watch it with my homie or something.
Yeah, Pachuco says, I like Cruz, but the problem is he is signed to PBC. Well, actually, he's Manny Pacquiao Promotions. I've seen it online. Manny Pacquiao was the one who announced the fight. Oh, no. Is it? Yeah. Isaac Cruz is Manny Pacquiao. He's Manny Pacquiao Promotions. So, but yeah, he fights under PBC. You know what, man? PBC, they need the Mexican on every pay-per-view. They know it. We know it. Because they're trying to sell to the Mexican demographic. You know, the people who actually buy the fights. So they needed Isaac Pitbull. And an Isaac Pitbull, you know, victory means more because then it builds Stain Davis up, you know?
Right.
So, but overall, I mean, I guess there's a couple other fights. But you know what? The person I want to see from PBC is El Rayo. I hope he gets the tank fight. You know, speaking of PBC, I hope El Rayo gets the fight. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, look. I think PBC's done for. This is.
You talk to Rick Glazer. That's your homeboy.
Yeah. No, he's cool as fuck, and he has been saying that. You know, everything. What Rick said is everything that Al Heyman touches, fucking just gets destroyed. You know, and he just has been cut off from like 9 different networks now, and this is not gonna be any different with Amazon. So
right. Two Matador. Yeah. He says, yeah, Pachuco, they'll probably rob Isaac like they did that old geezer. Oh man, I don't think it goes 12. I'd like to bet that it ends in a knockout. I think that's a good bet. There's no way this goes a decision, right?
This fight, no, this fight ain't going to decision, bro. I'd be surprised. I'd be shocked if it does.
I mean, because neither guy is like some amazing boxer. Like, there's no way Rolly Romero goes 12. He's just not a good boxer. He's not gonna be able to keep Isaac Cruz off of him, right? He's gonna eventually have to be like, this kid's gonna keep coming. I gotta go for it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Isaac Cruz isn't gonna back up. He's gonna walk Rolly Romero down, and you think Rolly Romero is gonna be pivoting and jabbing?
Right.
Rolly Romero couldn't get out of the way of Barroso. That's true.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get caught, but he is the bigger guy.
You know what though? Ricardo Romero has a huge punch though. I mean, he could punch, bro. I mean,
yeah, he could.
You know, call me crazy, but I thought he was winning the Stain Davis fight.
Oh, he was.
He was winning that fight, and Stain Davis was shook. He was like, this kid hits hard. If I get caught, I'm going to sleep. I thought he hurt Stain Davis a couple of times. I seen Stain Davis kind of wince, you know. So, Isaac, man, he's the smaller guy. So, Isaac can be another Mexican champ. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, Yeah, and there's a good chance it will, man. But yeah. Anyways, bro, thanks for having me. I gotta get going.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to say, fuck J Cucks, get off my dick already, bro. And yeah, shout out to everybody else in the chat, man.
No
Pachuco,
doubt,
shout out
man.
to you.
Drop a like, subscribe, and right on, man. Salute. Thanks for hopping
Yeah.
in and keeping it boxing.
All right, bro. Until next time, bro.
All right. Right on. There you go, man. TBS in the building. Salute to a real one, showing love to the channel, talking some boxing. Had a lot of good insights. I think TBS made a good point, man, that it's only here in America where we're fascinated by these back foot bitches that we idolize them. Oh my God, they're so gifted athletically. It's like, nah, the rest of the world, man, call them Neanderthals, call them backwards. But man, we want to see motherfucking knockouts. Plain and motherfucking simple. We want to see knockouts. We don't want to see people running around jabbing, yada, yada, yada. So, salute. Well, I'm not saying, I don't know who you are, Jack Marshall, but yeah, man, keep get the likes and subscribes there, man. Let's get us rising up the ranks. I'm giving you guys good content, good shows, good boxing talk. So, this is what I want to say about Isaac Cruz, man. I mean, here you have two little guys, Stank Davis and Isaac Cruz, little midgets. And I don't want to call them midgets, it's disrespectful. But you know what I mean. They're little guys. And this guy, Isaac Cruz, has big balls, he's going up facing this retardo that can punch like a motherfucker, who had Stank Davis shook, was probably winning the fight till he made like one of the stupidest things I ever seen in a boxing match. He dropped his guard, threw a jab to the body, and just like left his face open for a counter. Which it was just insane. But he won't go up and wait. He won't. He's scared. Oh, I'm staying at 135. Like I'm not a natural 140. Blah 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 blah. Even though these Crips, they want a newie to go up fucking 12 weight classes to fight Stank Davis. It's like, but when it comes to their guy, no, he's too small. You see how little he is. Yada yada, crying like females. But Isaac Cruz, oh yeah, man, he can go up. Hell yeah, man. They're like the same size. But when it comes to their guy, they're like super protective. It's like a female. They don't want you looking at them. They don't want you talking to them. They keep them in their little cubby hole. But when it comes to us, man, a Mexican fighter like Pitbull, man, he got to go up and fight giants. Like you see the size. It's like, damn, man, what's going on around here? But hey, man, it's always Mexican fighters got to do the most. That's what it is in the sport. They got to prove the most, do the most, ask to carry and sell the sport, sell the fights. It's not an accident that Isaac Pitbull Cruz is on the undercard, as a headliner, as a co-main, because they don't have anybody else. They have El Rayo, but who knows what they're going to do with him. But, yeah, man, like, subscribe. I'm going to be on here just a few more minutes, unless someone wants to jump in and jibber jabber, talk some boxing. But yeah, man, I'm here to bring you guys, some good boxing takes, content, whatever. This is actually a slow week. I don't think there's any boxing on. The only big fight for February is Teofimo and Jermaine Ortiz, which I'll be covering later. But yeah, man, that was pretty much it, man. We got boxing back, which is, Amazon, PBC is a big major boxing company. I think they got like 200 fighters on their roster. They got some names on the roster. They have the biggest name, Canelo Alvarez, and dude, they had the whole first quarter of the year dark, no boxing matches, which is insane. That's insane for boxing. Boxing has always been, even though it's a niche now, it's always been relevant. It's always had its events. and it's just kaput, you know. And then we got the Tyson Fury versus Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, you know, which is the zone pay-per-view. So it's another pay-per-view match. So then after that, I think you got Joshua and Ngannou and Joseph Parker and Zilly Zane. So, you know, we got to look at the schedule, see what's, you know, upcoming. But you guys let me know, man. What fight are you looking forward to? You know, what fight is really whetting your appetite? You know, that's what we're here for. See what you guys think. You know, me, you know, I don't know, man. I'm looking for Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. That's kind of what I think is gonna be the good fight. You know, well, it's undisputed, man. Heavyweight undisputed, and really, it's not getting Conor Ben Dobson. I don't know what you guys think about that. Watsi Aziz, Saturday, February 3rd. So that's the zone. Okay. No, that's Peacock. Then, I mean, now Conor Ben has a name. So, and then Salve Falco. I don't know who those guys are. Boati Aziz, Post Dubois. Oh, chick. This guy Whitaker, he's he's supposed to be good. Real slick kind of guy. Ben Dobson. Ammo Williams. I know some of you guys know. Then we go Thursday. It's on a Thursday night, guys. Jermaine Ortiz versus Teofimo Lopez. On the undercard, Keyshawn and Pedraza. So, we got that. Then Cherise Williams. Yeah. Noak Sylvester Yard. Anthony Yard coming back. Okay. Abdullayev and Gutierrez. Oh, okay. I remember that guy. Who else? Dylan, Bellotti, Ryan, women's dad. Mayweather Jr. versus Gotti. Oh my gosh, this guy. He just won't go away. Don't know who those guys are. Joseph Diaz and Campos. Okay, he's making a comeback. Commerce Casino. Then Shaki Foster. He stinks. I know some of you guys like him. He stinks. He's boring. Rocky Hernandez was winning that fight and just fucking blew it. You gotta be kidding me. Cortez, Chevalier, Shushu. I think he stinks. I know people are in love with him. Curiel. He fucked that guy up. Nasinga. Huge knockout. Watch it. Oh, Laura back. Okay. Laura. Mauricio. Then the mega fight. Fight to end all fights. Usyk and Tyson Fury. And Nicole Cordinas on that. Opataya and Bridas. Kovalev. Damn, they're trying to stack it. Holmes. Santiago Nakatani. Okay, another decent fight. Inui and Kajas, that's a good one. Tanaka. Berlanga McCoy. Berlanga. What the fuck is he doing? Figueroa, Velasquez, Andy Cruz. Okay. Vargas, Butler, Harris. Okay, so there we go, man. I was looking for the Joshua fight. And Butler rolls Joshua and March 8th. Okay, so we have a decent slate. You know, Zhang, Parker, Vargas. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, guys. So let's see. Do we got some real commenters? Teofimo Ortiz should be good. Yeah, you know, I don't really like Ortiz. I think he's decent. And his claim to fame is losing to Loma, and I think Loma looked lackluster. But you know, Jermaine Ortiz is a big mother. That's a big mother. After you know what I'm saying? He's a big cat. Actually, he missed weight. He was supposed to fight on whatever fucking card, and he pulled out and missed weight. And they said it was a back injury, and then there's different stories, man. I think he's a fat fucking couldn't be great. Let's see. Golden Boy Boston can have a great 24 if they play the cards right. Yeah, man. I mean, people shit on Oscar all the time. They shit on Oscar all the time, but he still has like the third, fourth biggest fighter. Like, look, Ryan Garcia is bigger than Crawford. Let's just keep it a buck. He fought on pay-per-view one time, not a champion, sold 1 million pay-per-views. So Oscar still has, you know, the second guy. And then he has, Virgil Ortiz, who had some setbacks. But, you know, and Oscar has some talent. He has that Collazo guy, who's a champion. So I'd have to look at Golden Boy's roster. But, I mean, look, man, building a champion in sport is hard. Look at what Top Rank has. They have like 4 or 5, Crips they're trying to promote with this Abdullah Mason, Zsyu Carrington. And these guys ain't going nowhere, bro. They're not having no breakout fights. So, you know, building a champion is not easy. You know, Oscar has Jaime Munguia, who, say what you want, he puts on great, amazing fights. I think he's a throwback fighter. So, but, well, been on for a minute, and I think I'd be on this long, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for joining. Set your noties on, like, subscribe. I plan to be on here a little bit more. We're gonna be pushing, man. Look for videos and content, and look for us to be giving you guys some good boxing news and notes. And have fun, man. We give you the real talk. Sometimes have people on. Ortiz can give Tia Prime like he did against Loma. Yeah, he's just a big guy, and he's a decent boxer. The only thing I didn't see is like explosiveness. Like, he's not a huge puncher. He's a big motherfucker, but he's just willing to box. So it's like, I mean, dude, he could have put it on Loma. He lost that fight because Loma took over in the second half. So it's like, he gave the fight away. It was really his to win. But man, let's see what the schedules. There's nothing going on this week. I may come look for some videos. Look for I'll notify you guys if I'm gonna go live, and you guys can say what you want to talk about. Maybe I'll have some topics. There's always news. Ryan and Oscar beef. Always gonna be more. I'll have some videos and clips that we can go over. And right on, man. Thank you for joining. Have fun. And man, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. And man, leave some comments. Thank you. Peace.